One of the things I've noticed talking to a lot of Canadians is that they all feel like all the parties are the same. And that's for a reason, because they are. We've locked ourselves into a thought-limiting paradigm by only using the left-right spectrum. When we think of the left-right spectrum, everyone always takes the commies on the left, and then we call the extreme right the fascists. And then we take the middle, and these people identify more as centrist. So one extreme, you have your commies. The other extreme, you have your fascists. And then in the middle, we kind of have these people who are sitting on the fence. They're kind of more just amoral. It's centrism between two really bad things doesn't necessarily make it right. So we take all of our parties and we say, oh, this party's a little bit more on the left, this party's a little bit more on the right. But we don't actually talk about the values of the parties, their positions on things, and there's so much of the conversation that is completely left out. So I want to talk about the political compass. The political compass brings a couple more variables into play. So over here we can talk about collectivism. Over here we can talk about individualism. We can also talk about, with individualism goes capitalism, and with collectivism goes socialism. On the y-axis, we can think of authority. And on the bottom axis, we can think of freedom. This is no state at all. This is anarchy. And this is complete control by the government. So the further up we go, the more government. The farther down we go, the less government. The further left we go, the more collectivism. The further right we go, the more individualism. When we talk only using the left-right spectrum, this is a big government scenario, big government scenario. So even if we talk about a centrist idea, it's all big government scenarios. It is all scenarios where the government is expanding more and more into the economy, the relationship between the state and economy, the amount of policies, the amount of laws, and ultimately it's restricting our freedoms. So this left-right spectrum is in this area. When we talk about our parties right now, they all fall into this region. The original conservative values would have been around here. That's where our conservative values lie. It's in limiting our government. It's in not having a huge government, not overspending, not having all of this deficit spending, not having too many laws, not infringing on our freedoms. We're closer to individualism. Okay, we're closer to capitalism, more separation between the state and the economy. The liberals, the original liberals, were right around here. So we had our conservatives and our liberals. As Canada has grown, our conservatives have pandered to the liberal vote. They have tried to get more and more liberal votes, so they have sided with liberal ideals. The liberals, progressives, progressing towards what? Well, progressing towards this up here. The liberals are being pushed by the conservatives farther and farther this way. Because as the conservatives pander to some of their votes, they have to differentiate further. So they move more this way. Every little bit that the conservatives move, the liberals move more. And what we have ended up happening is, the liberals of yesterday have become the conservatives of today. The liberals of yesterday are knocking on Marxism. And that seems like an extreme word to use, but it's accurate. The party that I am representing is the PPC, Original Conservative Values. Maxime Bernier noticed that this trend of the conservatives constantly pushing towards more and more liberal values, infringing on our freedoms. He realized this, so he decided to break free from his cozy position and to start a new party. This is where we're at. We want freedom, we want to limit government, we want to protect you, we want to protect our children. The PPC, People's Party of Canada.